Hello everyone, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with a different kind of video today because today we are talking about mental health again. But more specifically, we're talking about some high concept things around mental health that I think we could do with starting a conversation about. Now before we get into it, if you find this video useful and you find this type of content helpful, please do leave a like on the video. It lets me know you want to see more of this stuff, and if you want to see more, let me know in the comments, and do consider leaving a subscribe to the channel by hitting the subscribe button, which is somewhere down below. Additionally, down below in the description are a few links to places if you need help, and I want to kick the video off by saying that if you are struggling or suffering, you are worthy of help. You deserve to feel better. Every so often, everyone needs to hear that, myself included. I hope it helps. Okay, so here we go. Now, I'm not sure if this is a real thought out concept. I'm not a qualified mental health practitioner. I'm just a guy that has been surrounded by mental health conditions, and I try to be as sensitive as I can be to such things because people I love and care about struggle with conditions every day. This is important because, well, I know that I can have a very direct, a very real effect on those people I care about, positively and negatively. It's having the awareness of the extreme that makes me think about the little things. The impact I have, or potentially can have, on those that, whilst maybe not suffering from social anxiety or depression or similar conditions, I could still cause those people that I care about, and people that I know, and people that follow me, and people that subscribe to me, I could still cause those people to have a dip or an adverse effect on their state of mind. This is why I want to talk about something I've been thinking about that I'm going to call my social footprint. It works similar to the carbon footprint, in a way. The carbon footprint is the total amount of greenhouse gases, including carbon dioxide and methane or methane, that are generated by our actions. When you start to think about your carbon footprint, this is generally associated with reducing the amount of plastics you buy, updating the amount of recycling you do, changing your energy to a clean energy, etc., etc. I think we're mostly familiar with this concept, so I won't go into it too much because, well, that's not the point of the video. Now, a social footprint, again, I'm not sure this is a real thing, is my way of thinking about the things that I put out into the world. The impact I have on people as an internet person that makes content. Now, this is where mental health plays a massive featured point, because my thinking of a social footprint can be both positive and negative. I can effectively choose to walk along the social beach, or I can choose to drive a monster truck through the local social site of natural beauty. The words I use, the content I make, the emotions I invoke in people, they all have an effect. They have an impact on the community that follows me, both actively and passively, and as a consequence, they also have an impact on the community that follows my community, both actively and passively, and so on, and so on, and so on. It's the sphere of influence, as it were. Now, if I make a video saying something is trash, or a video about how angry I am about any given subject, that's my monster truck. It's exciting and appealing to a wide audience of people. It's fun to be mean, right? Right? Anger is the loudest emotion, and thus it generates the loudest engagement. So it has the appeal. It's not the biggest emotion, though, not by a long shot. It's a common idea that love trumps hate and all that. But hate is so much louder than love. Love is the quiet moments and the softly spoken word, and it can seem like it's lost, but love is so damn powerful. So here's what I'm saying. We have a responsibility, all of us have this responsibility to think about and consider what we are putting into the world. Especially in my universe, for me, of Warhammer content creation. Games Workshop is not a concept. It is not a faceless entity. It is a group of people. Fans of Games Workshop are not the million or so active users on YouTube or other social platforms. It is the millions, plural, of fans the world over that might passively enjoy social content, and also actively. Ultimately, everyone involved, whatever their extent, are people. Every single one of us. People are sensitive. I'm sensitive. I get upset a lot by things I read. Maybe to some that is a sign of weakness, but for me, it is one of my biggest strengths. It fuels my desire to not make other people feel that same way. When I receive messages like this one, I turn that into a reel. I could have made a video instead along the lines of "Why you're painting your models wrong!" or "Why these products are terrible!" Now they could have been really funny videos to me and maybe to some of you. They wouldn't be funny to all the folks who follow me who do things that way. They wouldn't be funny to the people who use those products and like them. They might have the same reaction I have when I see that type of thing. Am I just stupid? The words you use can cause, on a human level, reactions that you have to consider. And if you don't already, maybe you should start to. Ask yourself before you post something, what is the impact on my social footprint? If I'm driving my monster truck, who else is going to climb into their monster truck and join me? Can I say what I want to say that leaves a boot print, not a tyre mark? The answer is, of course, yes! So let's talk about that for a moment, shall we? What we're about to talk about is something called cognitive reframing. Cognitive reframing is often used to change the way people think, feel, and behave. I try to do it all the time whenever I catch myself in a rut. When I used to work in jobs for learning and development teams up and down the country, I would find myself trapped sometimes in spirals of thought like I hate my job, or I hate what I'm doing for a living, or I hate this project, or that person, or this task, etc, etc, etc. I would have to sit down and talk it out at Alice, or my parents, or my friends, and we would always come down to this point of reframing my thinking. Always. 100% of the time. So what do I mean by reframing it? Well, I'll give you some examples. I hate my job. Great example. I hate my job can become, if we reframe it, I need a new job. And I now know what to look out for in my next role. I hate what I'm doing for a living becomes I need to find a way to take my skills to a different career. I used to make learning and development content for corporations, and now I make painting tutorials. You see? So let's apply this to Warhammer. This brush is terrible. It's one I hear quite often. That could instead be thought of, now I have a new mixing or stippling brush. This paint is trash. Could become, I'm going to give this brand a go now. I'm going to try that brand. Or I'm going to try that brand. Or I'm going to do this. Or I'm going to do that. It's not trash. It's not trash. This codex is broken. Could become, the challenge here is to try to make a balanced army out of this very powerful book. Do you see what I'm driving at? It's all connected. You see, I can make a video or a post about something with a title like anger, 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 anger. Or I can make a video or a post that's, this is also cool. And it's not just about me. It's about everyone. It's about my social footprint. I never want to actively put something out there that makes people think, am I just stupid? Because the answer is no. No, you're not. You're beautiful and wonderful and intelligent, and you're doing it the way you want to do it, and that should always, 100% of the time, be celebrated. If we reframe our thinking, we can get to a point where we think nothing is bad, everything is good. Let's all try it. Let's all try to reframe our thinking just a little bit more and try to reframe our community from insert product here is garbage to insert alternative product here is awesome. I think that would go a long way to repairing the landscape of tabletop social media and create a much more harmonious world for all of us to live in. Don't you?